Razorbacks will kick it off to get us underway. What kind of field position can he help them with on the return? Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Ole Miss Rebels offense will take the field first. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
The offense couldn't get the snap off in time, and it'll cost them. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, looking for a man. Finds his man. It's Lacy. Across the 30, out of bounds at the 31-yard line, and they kick-started this drive with that one. And the Rebels have a lot of options on 2nd and inches. Back to pass. Caught through the middle. It's right. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver going in motion. Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed over the middle. It's right. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Wants to go up top. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute. 3rd and short coming here right from the midfield stripe. From the gun, wants to pass. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So on their first drive of the game, they're going to roll the dice a little bit and go for it on 4th down in their own territory. The offense changing the play. On 4th down, they'll pass for it. Unloads to the wideout. Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Rebels are moving quickly down the field. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw again. Catch in the middle, it's right. Brought down at the 21-yard line, a 15-yard pickup, and they are in prime position to get points now. Looking to throw on first down. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. He's got the tight end. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. 9th play of the opening drive coming up, but now they face a 3rd down. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss! Snagged in the end zone to give them 6.
love as a head coach to watch your offense take the field and establish a rhythm and consistency the way they did there. Everything they dialed up was working to perfection. They go 10 plays on the opening drive and cap it off with a touchdown.
And he's coming out of the end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. So Arkansas's offense has its first opportunity of the day. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
This is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
Really nice job by the defense shutting down all the options. Don't let him get into his reading phase. Go get him right now, play sound, and more importantly, tackle him and get him on the ground.
The Land Sharks circling. Crowd getting this defense whipped up on third down. Unloads it left. Makes the grab. It's Brown. And he gets it done on third down. They move the chains, and they'll mark it at the 44.
Well, that was a dart right there. He's going to give Arkansas a chance because in the old days in the SEC, you had to run the football if you were going to win championships. Today, you better be able to get it done through the air. When you think of all the great play callers in this league and all of the Heisman Trophy winners this league has seen at the QB position in recent years, you better be able to do it throwing the ball. This guy, I think, gives Arkansas a chance with his arm.
The Razorbacks can really attack on this second and short. Looking downfield, it's Green. Fires left. He's got it. There he goes. Oh, what a cut. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. A terrific catch and run before he stopped. We have the early makings of a quarterback duel, as these stats will show you. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. With the run on first and goal. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for loss.
Now third and goal and tough yardage to cover here. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Razorbacks! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession. Looking for the tie with the extra point. Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Ole Miss offense ready to go back to work. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Motion from the wideout. Wants to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And they're not on the same page there.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Got a man. It's Wallace. Really good job making a play, getting it out to the 24 and moving those chains. We he asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
The Rebels with the 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. They just keep firing. Finds his man. It's Lee. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. And the Rebels with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Using his legs, it's Lacy. Breaks into the open. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
To the air on first down. Pulls it in. It's Lacy.
Hey, on offense, you just got to stay ahead of the sticks, and a big part of that is finding positive production on first down. When you've got this guy in the backfield, there's a lot of ways you can do that. You're going to hand it off to him, but how about dialing up the pass play on first down and just letting him go to work to set up 2nd and short?
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
This defense will try to force a 4th down on 3rd and short from the 45. From the gun, wants to pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Diggs. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49.
Listen, at this point, the end of the first half, you're trying to generate some points. First downs are the most important thing. So a really good job there converting on that 3rd. I love the decision by the quarterback. You kind of wonder, though, are they going to want to be a bit more aggressive and maybe start taking some more shots and attack?
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Rebels!
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now? Going into the half with the lead, with the momentum.
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense.
Oh, he's got some space. He'll be stopped and forced out of bounds right around the 34-yard line, and now they've got a little something brewing. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. They'll have it at the 49, just across midfield, 1st and 10. Looking for a man. It's Green. Finds the tight end. And they get to him and knock him down to prevent a bigger gain. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Razorbacks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Looking downfield, and time is running short. Just a short pass to the tight end. Gets it down to the 33. They pick up the first down. Got to use their time wisely.
Love the route there by the tight end and man-to-man coverage. He's able to separate from the defender, and then once he has the ball, he's able to rip through the tackle and go get more yards.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
The pass is incomplete, and the clock will stop with 5 seconds left.
Well, nice job by the defense here in back-to-back plays. 2 straight incompletions, giving up some yards, and the opponent's in field goal range. This is a place a lot of D coordinators like to send the blitz, because if you sack the quarterback and create a negative play, you knock them out of field goal range.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss-make rate, and listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but we left some points off the scoreboard there.
Just enough time for one final play of the half. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Catch inside the 30 and still running. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss!
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the second quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the second half. The defense needs to start making adjustments.
Out of the end zone. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. The Hogs send that offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high rate.
Barrels all the way to the 29, a gain of 6.
You love to see this on offense early in drives. Getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Razorbacks come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Caught in the backfield, it's Russell. And he left the first defender grabbing at air before he was finally tackled. And the Razorbacks will hustle to the line. Power football with the run. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Just working and poking and prodding his way up to the 36. Looking downfield, it's Green. Makes the catch. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line, and they stop him and knock him out of bounds.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the 1st down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the 1st down, and they like to do this. When they make a 1st down, they want to go fast, they want to crank up the tempo.
What a nice job by the defense to string it out, not give him any kind of alley, and knock him down for a loss. The Razorbacks trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Looking to fire. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Razorbacks will call on their punt team. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. Ole Miss ready to send the offense onto the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Catch in the middle, it's Alexander. At the 20, he's got space. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Alexander. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. The Rebels in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Back to pass. Unloads to the wideout. Got it in the middle, it's Alexander. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Looking to throw on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
Got it in the middle, it's Stribley. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this 3rd period. We've come to the end of the period, and Ole Miss is on top. And they've built a comfortable lead after 3 quarters of play. Let's take a look at how we've gotten here. So first down, we'll open up the final period. They'll run it to keep the clock moving. He's knocked down at the 34, but they're sort of hitting them in the mouth with a 6-yard pickup there. And the Rebels can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. The Rebels didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Turning it on! Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Takes the handoff. It's Diggs. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Can't make the play on the interception, and man, they were looking for their first pick of the game. Instead, it'll be 4th down. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. That thing would have hit a string in the middle of the uprights. Perfect. And now the lead is even bigger.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
And Arkansas ready to send out this offense. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. And don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
A strike downfield. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the back. To the air, it's Green. Swings it out to the flat. Gets it out to about the 35-yard line. That's where they'll mark him out of bounds in this offense trying to put something together. Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Wants to go up top. Rushes on him. Here's a throw downfield late. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not able.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be second and inches coming up. Looking to fire. Finds his tight end. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. Wants to throw on first down. Got the tight end outside. And he gets the first down, but man, did he get the hit stick laid on his noggin. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to pass, it's Green. Hauls it in. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The Razorbacks want to move quickly. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. Touchdown, Arkansas! That's the way you finish a drive and put up points.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
And in that scramble, they're going to come out of there with the football, and they get the onside kick and take possession right back. They'll start this drive from the 42. First play of the drive, wants to throw. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Here's a heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
This offense hasn't had a ton of success today. It's because I think of some of the issues in the passing game. They've never had the rhythm. Protection has been a bit spotty and iffy. Quarterback's got to raise his level of play here late in this 2-minute situation if they're going to get the win.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's fourth and long. Like, it's one thing if it's fourth and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Complete out of the backfield. At the 35, he's open. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31. And the Razorbacks will have it first and 10. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.